What a day, team. I already did a Tesla update. If you guys want to go back and watch that, it is the last video that is posted, but I want to hop in, give you guys a quick update on the S&P 500, talk about my hedge/puts that are still in play, and go over why I'm continuing to hold them and why I still think that this could be one of the biggest retail traps/rug pulls in recent history. Now, if you want to get access to the exact strategy that we're talking about here, the indicators that are completely free, then you can go ahead and check out our 12-course Masterclass system. The link is in the description. There's no credit card, there's no BS, there's no filler. Everything that I know about trading is put into a sequential 12-step course system linked in the description. Now, the reason that I have been bearish for the past couple of weeks on the S&P 500 and open to hedge is for two main reasons. Number one, the monthly BX, even though it's showing higher lows, is still red. When the monthly BX is red, which you can see highlighted here in blue, this is normally not an ideal time to be long in the market. It doesn't mean that it's the ideal time to necessarily short, but I have about 97% of my portfolio long right now, so I needed some sort of protection in place. Looking at the weekly chart, the BX trender, which you can see here, is still showing strength. So that is one piece of conflicting information that we have, showing that that bounce still has some buying pressure behind it. But moving to the daily chart, which short term is the most important, you can see that we removed our long thesis here on May 22nd when the BX trender turned red. Since then, price pulled back a bit, pushed up into this resistance level, looked like we were going to push to all-time highs, but notice what happened. Each and every single time that we have bounced, the BX trender has continued to remain red. My way to get out of my hedge would be the BX trender turning green, which has not happened yet. The other reason that we are bearish is because of this volume profile. This indicator on the right side of your screen is called the volume profile, and this shows us not how many shares were traded in a day, which is what normal volume does, but instead shows us where those shares were traded within the past year. And you can see the bulk of the shares have been traded between $600 and $580. This will normally act as a strong support and a strong resistance. Then all of this thin area on the volume profile from $586 down to $500 means that it's very easy for price to move within those areas. Hence the massive fade from the tariff wars and the massive recovery from the tariff pause or negotiations. That's another piece of bearish information. And the last thing is that if we take a look at market structure, we can come from this top here down to this most recent low. I teach this in detail in our Smart Money Mastery course, which the link will be in the description. It's going to show you how to actually set up these Fibonacci's on your own. The area that we care most about is this 0.826 to the 0.786 level. This level here is normally where institutions will step in an uptrend to save the stock, or in a downward structure, which is what we have right now, to remove their long positions, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to short, but if you were an institution with 100, 200 million, I mean, most of these funds have like $80 billion under management, and you were buying at 480, 500, 520, would you continue to buy now 2 months later? Right? The answer for most people would be no. You would probably be taking some profits off the table, which is most of the time what will happen inside of these areas. And so this does not mean that this has to occur, but it definitely means that we are not at a great risk versus reward situation for institutions to continue to pile into the market. The people piling into the market right now, most of the time, is going to be retail investors or everyday people like you and me. Now, my downside targets, first and foremost, if this starts to capitulate, would be a gap fill down here to $560. That would be a 4.5% move to the downside. Our second and more worst case scenario would be this gap fill to $528. That would be a 10% move down or a market correction. I want to say that I'm not doom and gloom. I don't think that this is going to push into lower lows. I don't think the market's going to crater. I don't think we're heading into a recession. I just don't think that these trade deals are happening quickly. And another thing that does worry me from a fundamental aspect is that right now, with Trump and Elon going against each other, it definitely doesn't look good for the rest of the world. Will these other countries, such as China, really bend at the knee or want to get a deal done? Like, we have no idea. And so there's still a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. And the one thing that the market hates is uncertainty. So if the market starts to fade, we will continue to hold our puts. I will continue to keep my hedge in play. If the market bounces off this $590 support and the BX trender turns green, showing buying pressure, then I will simply take my position off the table, take the short-term loss, and move on. As always, guys, thank you for giving me your time and attention. The link to all of our courses are down in the description. If you want to trade with me live each and every single day, get access to all my real-time trade alerts and all of our trading bots meant for people who have full-time jobs, can't be sitting here in front of the computer all day, then go ahead and join our Discord community. Link is in the description.